everyone and welcome back to my channel. This is the second part of the video I promised so long ago about making your own DIY tapestries, and this is also just helpful tips if you are going to try and tie-dye something. I've tie-dyed a lot of stuff, so this is just like a basic tutorial on how to tie-dye, and I'm going to experiment with a couple different designs if I can. The bottles that I'm using today to hold the dye, it'll kind of make more sense later. I'll show them to you now. They're not very big. So given that the things I'm trying to tie-dye are quite large, I don't know how it's going to turn out. I'm planning on having quite a bit of white kind of space in them, but I'm not quite sure. They're over there, so I keep looking there. But it's really hot. You can tell I'm wilting. It never gets warm here in Ireland, and it is one of 2 sunny days we're going to get before the summer's out. So I've decided that I'm just going to try and seize the day and do it now. So I'm going to be hopefully doing, I'm still holding this bottle of water, I'm going to be doing a normal swirl, I'm going to be doing a heart. I think they're probably all going to end up being gifts for people, but this is just to show you how to do it if you're curious. Sorry about the super long intro, and let's just get into the video. So I also have a box of elastic bands, and that's what I'm going to be using when I'm not using string to tie up things. And then these are the colours I'm using. I'm just going to slowly pan over them. They're all by Dylon. I'll maybe have them listed down below as well, but I always use Dylon dyes. I think they're definitely the best quality dyes, and I would not suggest using any tie-dye kits. I think it's actually pretty cost effective to buy Dylon dyes. So this clip was actually filmed after I had made the dye, and I had used it a bit. So for the dye powder, you want to just have between 0.5 centimeter to 1 centimeter, pretty much just covering the bottom of the bottle of the dye powder. You add in a tablespoon of salt on top of that, and then fill up the rest of the bottle with warm water and shake it until all the granules are dissolved. And then in this container I just have salt, because I have salt in these 3 things, and then this is black violet dye, which I haven't used yet. But you need a lot of salt for tie-dyeing, which you may not know if you haven't done it before, but you would need to buy big bags of cooking salt, preferably. You can get it in like discount stores, but it's definitely necessary. And so the first pattern I'm going to show you how to do is a heart. So you can see me drawing a heart onto it with my water-soluble marker, which is just like a plain marker, but I actually ended up doing it wrong. So what you need to do is fold it in half, fold your piece of fabric in half, and draw half a heart onto it. And then you're going to pinch along the line that you've just drawn until you can have it in one exact band, and you tie your elastic band around that. It's actually very simple to do. So you just pinch along the line that you just drew, and then you just continue making bands the whole way along, kind of evenly spaced, and that's really it for a heart-shaped one. It's pretty simple, but it's just getting that heart shape right. You'll see mine is a bit too much like a... So the second design I'm going to show you is just the basic swirl. So what you want to do is just find the exact center of your piece of fabric, which I did by folding it, and then you just swirl it in, you just twist it in with a good pinch in the center, and you just keep twisting until the whole thing is one big circle. I know this is a bit zoomed out, which is annoying, but you'll see it kind of wrapped up closer when I'm actually dyeing it. The swirl is very easy, and you can always look up other videos if that wasn't clear enough, but you pretty much just pinch it and twist it, and then you band it up with however many sections you want. Now this was something I was just experimenting with, and it ended up turning out pretty cool. I don't love it, but my mom and my brother do, so it was like a pattern I learned when I was very young. So I put little bunches of pebbles instead of just single pebbles like I had done on a t-shirt when I was a child, and you can also see the plaster on my legs as I'm going back there, but I just put them in little bunches, and then I was going to put an elastic band around those and just create like little circles, and it took me quite a while. So I think I cut out a lot of the footage of me doing that because it just took so long, and my legs were completely torn apart by sitting on the tarmac, but it did end up turning out pretty cool. You'll see it in the next few clips here, but this is a really good technique. It's pretty different to the classic swirl or heart, if that's what you were looking for. I actually personally love the swirl, and I really like how this one turned out. So I think next few clips are going to be dyeing, but first there's a close-up of what it looked like when it was done, because I had cut out the rest of it. So this is how I get the print that you'll see at the end for the heart shape. So you see me putting in all my dyes there, and if you missed the little clip about the dye, because I know it's a bit quick, I will have the mix written in the description box below. And don't worry, it's not an exact science as it seems to be with all of the milliliters and exact temperatures on the back of the packs. But basically here, what I'm doing is I had them in squirt bottles, so I was just squirting them where I was going to have those colours. And if you see there, the orange section is pretty big and the yellow one's quite small. So that's why it turned out the way it did when you see it later. And then for the swirl, now this is a tip that a lot of people don't know. Put the colours that you like the most on first, and you want to appear the most on first for your swirl. So that's why I did red first, and I also do purple because that's such a strong colour. And you'll see those really appear in the finished product when you see it. So when you're doing a swirl like that, I divide mine into 6 sections because that's how many colours I use. And that just makes it easiest to keep the colours from kind of blending into each other as well. They will blend a little bit, but don't worry about it. It doesn't actually turn a nasty colour like you think it might. Then this is the just experiment kind of one, and I decided to go crazy because I had so much dye left. Because I know I said before I started this that I wasn't going to have enough dye, but I absolutely did. I actually had loads left over, so I'm probably going to be tie-dyeing a lot more when my friends get home from holidays. So follow me on Instagram. I'll just insert that here. It's anime.yt if you want to follow me on Instagram, and I'll be posting lots more tie-dye photos there, and you can also keep up to date with when I post new videos. But you can just see me here. I'm kind of contemplating what colors I'm going to use, and the yellow dye for some reason didn't turn out very strongly, but I think maybe that's just the yellow I had, or I didn't have as much yellow powder as I did for the rest of them because I was just using what was left in my dye packets. But I still liked how it turned out, and now we'll get on to the finished products. So this is the swirl, and I love how it turned out. These are them unironed, and I know it's windy, even though it's August in Ireland. But I'm hopefully going to be hanging this up in my room in college, and I just think it's so nice. This is the heart one. You can see it's a bit too V-shaped for my liking, but the green and the yellow blended together a bit too much and made it quite faded. But the orange and red are really bold. And then this is the little dotted one, which turned out pretty cool. My brother likes it, so he's going to use it down like a den in our house, but it's still pretty fun if you wanted something like that. So that's it for this tutorial. I hope it was some help to you. If you have any more questions, be sure to check the description box or ask me in a comment below. And thanks for watching. Bye!